Hey YouTube, it's Prep for Life, and today we're going to do an unboxing and a test of the Olight PL Mini Valkyrie. Index. I have had my eyes on the Surefire XC-1 for a little while. Obviously very, very similar to this, but this is a much more cost-effective option. This comes in, I think MSRP is around $79. I think I got a little bit cheaper than that on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. But this thing, from everything I've seen, looks very, very impressive, and I'm excited to dig into it and really get down to the nuts and bolts. First off, before we dig in, you can kind of see some of the real claims to fame right here on the box. It's a rechargeable battery, and that to me was very, very interesting. Not having to buy new batteries. It actually comes with a charger really similar to the Apple Watch, if you're familiar with that. We'll dig into that in just a minute. It's a magnetic piece that just clips onto the back. But you're looking at 400 lumens, which for a light this size is phenomenal. And to be honest, you know, if I'm looking for a light for my bump in the night guns, I don't want to go much more than that. I've been to trainings where they have said, look, don't go any higher than like 100, 150 lumens, because in the dead of night, if it's pitch black, you don't want to blind yourself. I have done trainings with right around 500 lumens with my Surefire X300. It was fine. It definitely is bright. And for middle of the night, I can totally see what they're saying. I think 400 is kind of about the max of where you'd want to go, in my personal opinion. You're looking at a Cree XPL High LED. It's got a water-resistant rating of IP6. So for those that aren't familiar with that, it means that it can take water, it can get wet. You just don't want to run it submerged underwater, but it can take a lot of pressure, a lot of exposure to the elements, and still function just fine. So that's a decent rating. Would have been nice to see an IPX7 or maybe an IPX8 rating, but I'm not too worried about that. This thing can certainly handle it. You get a 2-year warranty from Olight, and we'll see. I haven't really dealt with their customer service a whole lot just yet, but we're going to find out if that's all it's cracked up to be. There we go. On a charge of the battery, you're looking at about 71 minutes and a 75-meter throw. So all in all, for a light this size, pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and take a look here. There's your Olight. As you can see on the bottom, that's your magnetic recharging base right there. In terms of everything else, I mean, it feels solid, feels like, you know, metal construction. I'm not too worried. You get your 2 triggers back here, and both work. So you've got a press down. I did test this out when I pulled it out of the box. Press down and it's gonna turn on for you, and that's either side, so they should both work just fine. Okay, and then you can actually hold down to engage momentary, which means when I let up, it actually turns the light off. Now momentary, as I've been trained, is actually really, really important. So there's always that risk when you engage a flashlight in a nighttime situation, nighttime threat situation. If that is clicked on, permanently on, and you somehow drop your light, drop your gun, that's potentially a spotlight pointing to the bad guy directly where you are. And so being able to have something on a momentary on that basically will turn off as soon as you let go, it drops out of your hand, boom, it's off. That means that I'm a little bit safer just in the off chance that falls down. So let's go ahead and take a look here now. I'm running with an empty chamber, nothing in the mag well. We're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. This should slide right on because it was ready for the Glock. Yeah, actually that's perfect. And then I just clip that, and now it's installed. Feels really solid. There's no play, no give. That is just ready to work. And you'll notice that trigger is right in line with where my finger would fall and rest, so that I could either, there we go, either pop that on with my trigger finger and pop it off, or momentary on it. It seems like I really only have to keep that down for maybe half a second to engage the momentary. So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't take much. So it's kind of nice. It's not like a whole 3-second thing where I really have to be deliberate. I can just do a quick little check in the dark, move, and get out of the way. I like that a lot. It looks like I could also engage the other side if I wanted to with my thumb. And that kind of lets me do a momentary as I were to press. That looks pretty good. I actually like the functionality there. That looks good to me. So it looks like there's a little bit of a rubber gasket. You can see that in there, and that kind of, I think, keeps the elements out, keeps water out. Doesn't look like that should give me any trouble, though. All in all, that's what the pistol looks like. Looks like it was made for the Glock 19. Now, the only issue that I've run into is finding holsters that are ready to go with the Olight. I think they're still kind of an emerging brand, which doesn't trouble me. As long as they're made well, I'm excited to take this thing out and see how it does. But that's, you know, that's definitely something to consider. I'm actually going to go down to Concealment Solutions and see if they can put me together a Cobra that's ready to go with this PL Mini. So I'm excited about that. I'll definitely throw a follow-up video on when I get that. But that's the gist of it, guys. I really like the feel. I like the functionality. All right, so digging into the rest of the package, let's see what we've got here. Looks like we've got some paperwork. The other Picatinny piece, so if you're not using a Glock, just swap that out. And it looks like I have the tool to make that happen as well. So this would be our charger. Go ahead and take that off of there. Looks like not bad. It's kind of your thinner, kind of ribbon style. Basic USB, shouldn't be anything too crazy about this. And then this is, of course, a magnetic. And I just noticed as I took it out, it is fully magnetic. I mean, it wants to stick to anything that's metal. So for us, just putting that on there, that should be it. Let me go ahead and grab my charger here. All right, so I have got that plugged in. Let's go ahead and just put it on. There we go. There's a red light that comes on right there. So as I take that off, it turns green, meaning that would mean that it's charged up. As I put it on, it turns red, and that's my indicator that it's still charging. All in all, that's pretty straightforward. That's decent functionality. I guess the only downside that I would have there with that piece is that it is proprietary. What I mean by that is, yes, if I had to plug in batteries, it kind of sucks having to go out and find those. However, if something happens to this charger, it means I cannot. There is no way for me to get this charged up and use it as a weapon light until I get a replacement. So for me, what I may do is actually reach out to Olight and maybe just buy one of these as an extra, because 2 is 1, 1 is none. So this light is supposed to be just over 2 ounces. We're going to test that right here. All right. Let that zero out, and here we go. Yeah, look at that, 2.2 ounces. That is fantastic. I will mention I'm actually charging that right now on my Anchor battery, so that's kind of nice, right? If I take this to a training, if I take this out camping, something like that, I should just be able to plug that in as long as I have it in some sort of range bag or my provisions, and give this thing a charge, keep it going for an extended period of time. So that's kind of cool. Hope you found this video useful. Please go ahead and give me a like, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, if I've earned it, and you want to be notified of future videos that we do, we'd love to have you. So thanks for watching.